Good afternoon. Welcome wherever you are. Put my watch on. Forgot my watch. Want to welcome you to Sunday afternoon at Barbara's Stamp Pad. Coming to you from San Antonio, Texas. Today is October 31st, 2021. And hello, Pat. My name is Barbara Ragsdale. Hi, Lisa. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from San Antonio, Texas. Yes, when you come on, say hello to everybody else that joins. I don't know about you guys, but it is gorgeous outside. And if it wasn't so loud, I would just go probably cop a squat outside under the tree and do something. But welcome. When you come on in, say hello. Thank you for sharing, Pat. If you are watching me right now, you probably see a live in one of these top corners. I'm directionally challenged and backwards. I know I'm backwards. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for sharing, Lisa. But if you see that live, you're watching me live on Facebook. And if you don't see that live, you're probably watching me on the replay on Facebook, or you could be watching me from my YouTube channel. And if you are watching me from the YouTube channel, thank you so much for watching me there. And if you haven't already subscribed, you know you can stamp that subscription button and turn on those notifications so that you know when I upload a video. I don't currently go live in YouTube, but there are plans to start going live soon. YouTube, in addition to what I do here on Facebook, and even some late night evening crafting. So thank you for sharing, Kathy. Not good. Did I go away for just a brief second because the connection window popped up and said it was trying to reestablish a connection? So I'm really hoping that we're not going to have these issues, you guys. I hate it when there's internet connection issues. It's such a pretty day out there. There's no bad weather. I don't know why. Okay. Well, so I'll tell you right now, if it happens to go out, I'm going to be, just like the last times it's happened, I'll try to be mindful of the screen when I'm looking down. And if I see that window pop up on my side, then I'll just briefly stop until it, you know, pops back up and it shows me that I'm live. Because I don't know if it's going to cut out. I don't know. We're just going to go for it. Let's just do that. Let's just go for it. So, it's a new month starting tomorrow. So today's October 31st. Hopefully, if you all are doing any kind of trick-or-treating with the kiddos or the grandkids, that y'all are safe wherever you are. Make sure you inspect candy, open packages. Make sure, oh my goodness, I saw a news article the other day that was cautioning parents to make sure that the packages of candies and stuff that they get, that they're not, did I see Melissa? I think I saw Melissa. Hi, Melissa, Joanne. Yes, I saw Melissa and Joanne. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to try to keep up because the last video I did earlier today on a different channel, I started trying to scroll through the comments and I turned myself sideways and it was just a disaster. But I saw an article that was cautioning parents to make sure they check the goodies that the kids get this time, because you know there's these edibles out there that look like kids candy and other chewables and snacks and stuff like that. So yeah, just be cautious. I don't know, I still have my mindset on that Halloween movie back in the 70s or 80s where the kid bit into the apple and there was a razor blade. I don't know. You just never know these days. That's the problem. You just never know what people are doing and their intentions. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's some good intentioned people out there, but then there's some people that just, you know, questions humanity. I don't know. But just be safe. Don't let your kiddos eat anything that y'all haven't inspected, and just look closely at the packages, because I would hate for anybody to be affected just because people want to be ding-dongs tonight and, you know, cause trouble. So, but it is a new month starting tomorrow. I have the October host code still down here because I usually create one right at midnight Mountain Time, which is like 1 o'clock our time, for the next one. So tonight I will be updating my website and all of the November codes, but because it's so close to the month, November 2nd, reconnect. I knew it. I knew in the middle of talking something would happen. It's available to demonstrators right now. I just stopped talking when I saw that message pop up. So I don't know what to do about that, because I am connected to the internet and nobody's playing games right now. So I'm just going to keep going. If I keep cutting out and it's getting frustrating for you watching it cut out or whatever, if you have time later, just go watch the replay. There's always going to be a replay, and then you can watch it on YouTube later, and it may seem seamless, I don't know, after the video. But anyway, we're going to continue. I am still working with the Eden's Garden collection that's going to be available November 2nd. It's only available to demonstrators right now, so if you want to get it now before November 2nd, the only way to do that is to purchase your kit and be a demonstrator. So if you have more questions about that, or you want some more details, I'll be more than happy to share that with you. It's a no obligation kit. You get to pick $125 worth of product for only $99 plus tax. You get free shipping, a free past paper pumpkin kit, your 20% discount on all your purchases, the discount on top of clearance items, any other promotions. You get pre-order status, which is how I have the Eden's Garden collection. We ordered this weeks ago, so we're able to play with things. You get catalogs early. I mean, there's some really cool perks to being a demonstrator, even if it's just for the discount. Nobody's going to hound you about doing lives or doing parties or anything like that. You can just simply, literally enjoy the discount all by yourself. So, that's an awesome deal. It really is. And because we're getting closer to the end of the year, y'all already know that Stampin' Up! Does a huge year-end clearance and closeout event. So that is going to be coming up, as well as a new mini catalog in January. So that's exciting. And we're going to be able to get our copies, I think it's later next month, is when we get the opportunity to look at the catalog online. We get our copies of the catalogs. We're able to pre-order in December for stuff coming out in January. So it's always an exciting time, especially when there's new products coming out. So, but let's go ahead and get started, because we are going to be doing 4 cards. I know it only shows 3, but that's because of my finger. We're going to be doing 4 cards today, and I'm pretty sure I got everything already cut and die cut and everything, because these are going to be the cards for next month's free kit in the mail, as well as the monthly class, which is going to be November the 19th. So it's the weekend before Thanksgiving. It's already going to be Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh. Hey, I'm ready for turkey and dressing any day of the year. It doesn't necessarily have to be Thanksgiving. So, but these are the cards for that class. And let me go ahead and get this pointed down so we can get started, since I have no idea what the reception's going to be like around here. Joanne didn't know. No, Joanne, it's clearly my side, because I see. Sorry for my hand there. I'm just bringing it back a little bit. And it's wanting to move because I didn't take my case off. So I'm going to attempt, oh my gosh, this could be bad. Let me take the power out. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying not to rotate my phone while I'm doing this. Hold on. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Okay, now I'm going to stick this back in there. My phone was wanting to move because I had the case on it and it's kind of heavy. So let me plug it back in. Oh, good Lord. I'll bring this down just a little bit more. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good. My phone felt hot though, so let me just continue. So last day, this is your last day. Orders of $25 or more are going to get the free kit in order to make these 4 Christmas cards. So if you need just a few Christmas cards and you need maybe some consumables of some kind, this is your last day to place your order using this host code on my website. Scanning in this QR code will take you straight to my website and automatically plug that code in for you in order to get this free kit right here that has all 4 of your card bases, and each one of these envelopes has everything you need in order to assemble each card. You'll get a full color tutorial. And orders of $50 or more will get the wonderful gems, which are the gems. It's a free accessory that I'm going to be including with orders of $50 or more. There's some red ones, and then you have these clear ones as well. I need to bring some more light over here. You get that free with a $50 order. Okay, so today's the last day for that. Let me move that out of the way. And if you were with us last week, we ended up unboxing the October paper pumpkin kit that was called Peaceful Christmas. Let me get the wheel there, and I only did 2 cards, so we're going to be giving away these 2 cards. Cute. They coordinate with the Peaceful Place Designer Series paper. I think it's Peaceful Place. Look at that. I think I forgot to mention that last week, by the way, but this was part of the kit. Coordinating envelopes. The inside has that gingham. Cute. And here is the wheel, and in order to get on the wheel, when you like, comment, or share any of my videos, that gets you onto the wheel. But when you share, you click that share button and you share it with your friends or your family, and you type the word share in the comment section, then you get an extra entry on the wheel for the prizes each week. So we're going to go ahead and spin this and see who wins these 2 cards here. Hey, Diane. Welcome. Who is it going to be? Ooh, that was close, Sharon. But it's Bonnie Kelly. So Bonnie Kelly, congratulations. You do have that coming your way. And let me see. It was Bonnie. So Bonnie won the cards from last week. So congratulations, Bonnie. And then I just want to show this real quick. I won't show, well, the inside just says thank you, but there's a note in there as well. But this card came from Bonnie. So thank you. I love the card and the copper embossing is what I intended to say before it knocked me out again. So continue. Bonnie, just keep a lookout for your prizes. All right, let's go ahead and get started. And this may move around, so let me show you that we're working with the Eden's Garden Specialty Designer Series paper. And I don't want to have to open up a new pack because I've got all copies, all of the designs right here, but this is the Eden's Garden Designer Series paper. So if you missed it on the Wednesday lives the last couple of weeks, I showed this. I have just this one strip left of this open pack that I have. And so this is got this shine, and that's why it's the Specialty Designer Series paper. And then when you flip it, you've got the other sides. There we go, and then that's the back of that little small strip that I have. So that's the paper that we're going to be working with for next month. Unbelievable. I'm sorry, you guys. Hopefully the connection will be better and stay better every time that I have to do a card. So I'm just going to move this kind of off to the side because it's probably going to move anyway. And let's go ahead and get started on the first card. And I'm going to try to go through these rather quickly. And then I do have some other products that I want to show you. But we are just going to get started. Now, everything that I'm showing you are pieces that would normally be in your kit. When you get your kits, everything's cut for you, die cut for you, embossed. Cut, die cut, embossed. The only thing I don't do is the stamping. So in order to get these sentiments, you will need to have at least the stamp set, and if there's any accessories that you need, you're going to see in every envelope you have all the pieces you need in order to assemble this particular card. So when you get your kit, you're simply going to score your card base in half at the score mark. I have gone ahead and already pre-scored for you, and then we're just going to take our bone folder and just help burnish that edge a little bit. You're going to have a piece of, there we go. You're going to have this mat that has already been die cut with one of the mini embossing folders. I know you can see that at the bottom. Don't ask me right now what the name of this one is. I want to say it's Meadow something. And let's see if I can get this on there without ripping my cardstock there. There we go. Now this is a landscape card, so we're going to put this down first, leaving a 1/4 inch around the edge so you can see that basic white edge. I am using around the edge. You see that? I'm back. Let me get out of YouTube over here and my Facebook page and my emails and that. Okay, I went ahead and closed everything I was in on my computer. I don't know if that's pulling extra juice from this little area right here. But anyway, where I was trying to say is I attached this DSP to the inside of this Stitch So Sweetly die so that you can see the stitching around the inside of the edge. Okay, and we're going to attach this with, if I can think, we're going to attach this with dimensionals. I don't know why I forgot how to say dimensionals there, but we're going to attach this with some dimensionals, and I'm just going to put 2 of them on here. I think 2 is plenty. And I really am sorry about the internet going in and out. And this one is in the center. Let's just put that in the center. So we've got that going there. This is the die from the Eden's dies, and we're going to stamp hello there in Evening Evergreen. Okay, so just tap, 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 tap just a little bit. Get some ink on there, and let's see if I can get this on straight. Well, that was straight, but it got a little ink because I pushed too hard right there. So, yeah. I am going to give away my sample. I'm going to leave this one the way it is. to stick that right there. I might be able to use something to help take some of that off, and I'll just keep this one as my sample. Okay, and then here are your accessories, which is got some basic white twine that came from the Baker's Twine Essential Pack, $. So let me just make my bow and get a glue dot going here so we can attach this. We're going to attach our bow right there. I made a double bow, by the way. I don't know. There's something about double bows that just kind of give an extra. The Eden gems that come with. Goodness. So I went ahead and just cleared my desk. So if it stopped and I came back, everything's already done. I just went ahead and moved forward because I was almost done anyway. But anyway, here is card number 1. Finally, good grief. I almost want to stop the video and go reset everything and then try next month. And then now let's do, we're going to do card number 2. All right, so now we have our Evening Evergreen card base for card number 2. We're going to go ahead and attach the basic white insert to the inside. I'm going to try to go through these rather quickly and try to get in as much as I can in between times that the internet wants to just go crazy on me here. Hi Bev, hi Jess. If I've missed anybody, I'm so sorry. This particular card, let me show you the actual card, is just a simple Z fold. And they call it Z folds because, you know, doesn't that look like a Z? It does. But this is the easiest little fun fold that you could possibly do. And all you do is you have your regular card base, okay? That's your regular card base. You can score it with your paper trimmer, or if you have a scorer, you can score it at 2 1/8 of an inch in, or you can simply just take your front piece, fold it back to where that edge is with the fold, take your bone folder and do that little number right there, and now you have your Z fold. That's how easy that fun fold is. I would burnish it really, really well. That way on both sides, not just the fold over here, but the inside fold, just so that the card lays down a lot flat. Okay, now once it goes through the mail, it'll flatten more and that kind of thing. So it's not going to completely be down flat, but it's close. Okay, and then we're going to be using this designer series paper in a couple of areas. So let's get some adhesive on the back of this, and we're going to be putting this first piece right here. Okay, we're going to be centering that right here. Get that centered on there, and then this other piece is actually going on the inside right. Okay, this is totally optional. If you don't want that piece to be on there, you can leave that out and you can stick this one on that side. Okay, but this is just how I designed it. So you want to close your card and you want to leave a little bit of around the edge. On mine, I failed to do it, so my sample looks a little bit different, but my intention was not to have a piece of white showing through the front, but it happened because I didn't cut this other piece wide enough, and sometimes it's... Okay, so we're mounting Sending Hugs, and then we're going to stamp it in the center. And of course I got a little bit of ink there. Guess I have a heavy hand today. I'll try to fix that, but I'll give away my sample because the sample, even though it has that little, or I might just do it over, but I'm going to keep going with this demo. Okay, so now we have, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let me take that off. Oops. Yeah, I'm going to have to give away my sample now. We're going to put adhesive on this part of the back right here. So yeah, this has to stay my sample since I've ripped that paper. There we go. So we want to put it in the center, and I'm using the center of the die cut right here kind of as my line. You don't want to put it all on the back, because if you do, obviously some's going to be exposed here, and then when you go to close your card, it's going to close shut, and you don't want that. You want it to pop out like that. Okay, and so now I have this little leaf die cut. Let me pop those little pieces out that didn't come out. This is what you can use with your take your pick tool there. And then I went ahead and die cut one of these out with our gold shimmer vellum as well. So if you have scraps of that gold shimmer vellum, that is perfect to use for this as well. Okay, so we're going to put a glue dot on the bottom of that, and we're going to stick that one right there so that it sticks to that paper. I'm going to put the vellum one in the middle, and I want to try to keep them close together so that I can put a glue dot in between each one of them, and they kind of hold themselves together. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, and then we have this one right here. Now what I'm talking about is these leaves right here. I don't want them to catch on things, so I'm going to take a glue dot and I'm going to put one back here on that leaf so that that gold vellum sticks to that. And then I'm going to also do another one back here so that that top green leaf kind of sticks to that one. Okay, and just make sure your glue dots don't stick, that you don't feel them through the back, because if you do, when you close your card, it's going to stick to this part of your card and rip that designer series paper. Okay, so on this card, because I'm using an evening evergreen mat, I'm going to be using the evening evergreen open weave ribbon in order to make a bow and tie a bow to put at the base of these flowers. Okay, so let me get my bow. I don't want a big bow. It needs to be a small bow. Make it smaller. You just keep making it smaller by pulling on the tails and tightening. There we go. I think that's small enough. And then we're going to put a glue dot, oops, in the middle back. Totally slipped. Let's get that glue dot. Okay, and then we're going to put that glue dot right here at the base where all of those little die cuts kind of come together. And then on this one, we're going to be using our garden gems, and we're going to use 3 of them. Let's take that off. I'm going to put one, let me put one right there. And I'm putting it on the leaves, the ones that have the shape of this gem. And let me put one right there. We're going to use 3 of them. And then the other one, let's put right here. That way they're not all like up and down or whatever. So you can kind of see, I put one right there. You can see that shine. Put another one right there. And then the other one is like right there on that leaf. So there is card number 2. And you have plenty of room to stamp something on this little piece here. Or even if you wanted to stamp something on the inside and not have this piece of designer series paper, as long as it was behind this die cut, you wouldn't see it until you open the card. Okay, but that's something you'll have to gauge if you decide to stamp on that piece. You'll have to figure that piece out so that it hides behind the die cut. So that is card number 2. Okay, so let's put that off to the side, and let's do card number 3, which is this one right here. And we're going to be doing a little stamping with this one. Let me make sure I got all my pieces here. This one has a soft succulent base, so let's get our base down. Get that. There you go. And then you've got 2 basic white pieces that are the same. One of them goes on the inside and the other one's going to go on the front. do that. And this is going to be a landscape card. Oops, I almost did it wrong. Let me put this on the inside. This one goes on the inside. If you're doing this and you have something you want to stamp, I would stamp it before you put it down in case you make a boo-boo. Then you don't have to worry about messing up your base. We're going to take this piece right here, and in Soft Succulent, we're going to be stamping the large floral image. And let me get this piece of paper here. We're going to be stamping the large floral image, kind of stamping. We're not stamping off, but we are just kind of randomly stamping around the edge of it. Okay, you're not going to see the middle part of it, so I'm not too concerned with getting an image on in the middle. Okay, so now at this point what we're going to do is we have 2 pieces of ribbon. We're going to be using the gold ribbon, and we're going to be using the Soft Succulent open weave ribbon. And you want 2 pieces that are going to be, you know, slightly larger than the width. And these are already pre-measured for you in your kits, just so you know, okay? But what we want to do before we put this down is we want to put a little bit of adhesive down. We'll go ahead and do around the whole edge, because we're going to need it around the whole edge anyway. But to get started, we're definitely going to put it around the edge. We're going to take the piece of gold ribbon, and we're going to wrap it around. And when you pull it tight, don't pull it too tight that it starts to curl, but just pull it tight enough to where it's even and flat with the paper. But when you fold it over, you want to make sure that the fold over catches onto that adhesive. Now at this point, you're going to need to either put glue dots or just put a little bit more adhesive on top of that piece right there, because we're going to go back over it with this Soft Succulent piece. I love that gold ribbon, but it's super shiny, and I want it to be shiny, but I also want it to kind of flow through, because you can see through this open weave ribbon. So I want to kind of put that over that, and putting that extra adhesive on the back of the ribbon that's already back there will help hold that piece on there. Okay, so you have this kind of toned down piece happening there. And then that's the piece that we want to put down on our front of our card. We have another one of these Stitch So Sweetly dies. And then I am introducing the cotton paper that's part of the suite. Now this is the cotton paper. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Anyway, the cotton paper, you can stamp on it. And I stamped on a piece. And I also embossed it, so I'm going to show you there so you can see there's a little bit of texture and a little bit of stamping going on with this piece. This is the piece that I'm going to put in the center of that die cut, okay? And on this one, you want to be careful. So I'm actually going to use glue dots to put this piece down. So I'm just going to put a glue dot in each one of the corners so that it attaches to the cardstock and sticks. I have a feeling if I use my Seal Plus, it will rip. I didn't try it because I don't remember what I used on my sample, but I don't want to have to cut another piece for the live if I mess it up. So I'm just going to use glue dots. I would suggest glue dots or just a little bit of tad of adhesive glue. And let's put that, have a glue dot under my finger now. Let's put that in the center. And same thing. Oh, I think I know what that was. Anyway, I'm going to leave it, because I can cover that piece up. That little piece that I took out of my fingernails, it ripped the corner there because I had glue, the glue dot was on it and ripped it off. So let me, probably going to mess this up. That's crooked. But even though that little piece is missing, it's okay, because, let me get this on straight. This paper is very delicate, by the way. So it would be very easy to rip it. And I said I'm going to leave it there because I'm going to put this on the top left-hand corner, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's going to get covered up, basically. Okay, so we have this piece right here that we're going to put up with some dimensionals. So I'm going to put a dimensional on the top. I'm going to put a dimensional on the bottom because I want this to straddle the ribbon when I flip it over, and I want it to attach to the cardstock. If you attach it to the ribbon, it's going to move around. So let's do that. I'm going to put that in the middle, and that's straddled over those ribbons. I have this Eden die cut there, and we're going to stamp on that one. Let me pop those little pieces out. These die cuts, let me pop those pieces out. We are going to stamp, "Dear friend, how are you?" Now, keep in mind, you don't, if you want to do the cards as designed, then yes, you will need the stamp set, and you will need the, looking for my, here we go. You will need the stamp set, and you will need the dies. But everything's die cut for you, and so I tried to make it to where you wouldn't need to purchase the dies, but if you want the bundle, you might as well get it while it's a, you know, a 10% off bundle. So let me ink this up and stamp this really quick so I don't lose my concentration here. So, oh, is it gonna be straight? I really wish these were photopolymer. All right, that's straight enough for this. You might have to cut a few extra pieces. I don't know. I would test it first if you're stamping something on it to make sure that you get straight, but that'll work. And then we're going to put this straight down on that piece. Goodness. I was trying to do a few things while it was not showing I was online. So if it was showing me and I was silent, that's why. I don't like this, you guys, because it totally messes with my flow. Anyway, I have 4 die cuts of these leafy die cuts. This is one of the dies that comes in the Eden dies. And this is where I was telling you we can cover that little boo-boo I made up right there. So these pieces are going to go right there. And then the other piece is going to go on the opposite side, going the other way. If I can get the glue dot on the piece there. And I don't know why it keeps pulling the glue dots off of the paper. Let's do that. There we go. We're going to put this one going kind of in the opposite direction. I probably should have put the gold ones on first, because I want, let me see if I can squeeze those back behind there. We're going to put the gold ones on underneath. I wanted the gold ones to go down first. Let's see. Those are already down with glue dots, but I'm going to kind of slide that back in there, which it'll work. Watch, it's going to work. See, it worked. Just got to be careful, because you could rip it. And the last one here. Oops, oh no, I just ripped that one. All right. Ugh. I'm gonna have to fix that a different way. This will be my sample. It looks like I'm gonna have to give away my sample on all of them, because I seem to have messed up every single card that I've done. I'm telling you, this internet is really messing up my my creative vibe here, you guys. And of course, we're live, so you know, it happens when you're live. It's how you recover, though, right? So I'm just going to kind of piece this one together, because this is going to be my sample. And if I want to, I can go pull that out later and really fix it if I want to. Okay, all right, so the last thing, well, it's not really the last thing, but we are going to break out the, oh, it's gilded gems. I don't know why, if I called them something else earlier, my bad. I might have called them genial gems, now that I think about it. Those aren't genial gems, these are gilded gems. And we're gonna use one of each. So let's put a big one right there. Let's put a middle size up here. And we'll put a small one down here. Okay, so these are gilded gems. So these are correct in the supply list. And then we're going to make a bow with our gold shimmer ribbon. So let's do that. I'm going to make a small, I'm going to make it smaller. There we go, we're getting there. This one's kind of fun too. Let's clip that, clip that. I'm going to put a couple of glue dots in the back center. Kind of cover up where all those little die cuts come together, and if you need to adjust your bow, once it's on, you can adjust your bow. But anyway, there is card number 3. Finally, not sure how many times we got interrupted, but card number 3. And then finally, this one's easy, although it might not look it, but it is. We have this kind of fold. So I got a couple of folds happening this time. This one flaps up like that, and this one flaps down like that. So you have plenty of space to be able to, you know, stamp a sentiment and it still get kind of covered up. So let's put that one together. We have our, it kind of looks weird. It's not the normal base because what we're doing is we're creating this piece right here. This is an add-on, and we're going to be doing that, okay? So we have this piece right here where you're going to fold it at the score. So see, already it's kind of taken the shape. And let me get my glue out because, okay, so let me get down and, whew, goodness, okay. So I stopped. We don't want that stitching to show, so I have a little bit of glue down on the bottom underneath the stitching, and this piece goes on the back side of this flap. So once your card is closed, this piece goes right here, and it should match up exactly. So let's put that piece on there. I'm gonna have to put this down. So you might have to put it down, but you want that stitching to barely show on the top, and I'm going to bring it up. So you see that stitching? That's what you want to show on the front flap, and on the back you see that. So don't put a whole lot of glue because it'll ooze out and it'll stain your cardstock. Okay, just need a little bit. Glue is much more stickier. Okay, so now let's do this flap right here. Okay, now in order to do that, you have to have your piece of basic white, and then you're going to have another piece that's already scored for you with a little 1/2 inch flap there. Okay, so you got that flap. We're going to put the glue on the back side of the flap right there. Okay, so let's put a little glue on the back. Like I said, you don't need much. You don't want it oozing out of the back. And then what we're going to do is this piece of basic white cardstock that goes on the inside, you want to take that piece, go ahead and just put it on the front. Center it. Center it on the front. This is the part in the tutorial that might be a little tricky, so I want you to make sure you understand how to do the flap. So put it on the front, and then you have that glue part that's on the back. Just fold it over. Okay? You got it folded over, so now you have this little piece right here. Now you can put adhesive on the back, the entire back of this, and make sure that you get good adhesive. You can be a little stingy on these other 3 corners, but this piece right here is where you want to make sure you have some good adhesive that's attached to the cardstock, both the basic white cardstock and the soft succulent cardstock, because you don't want this to actually get pulled out. Okay, so now we have our base and our inside, and you're just going to put this in the center, just like you would if it was an inside mat to your card. And then now, see how we're starting to take shape? Starting to take some shape. So now we're just going to dress it up with our designer series paper and the other part of our cardstock. So we have another piece of basic white. You can certainly do your mats beforehand, that way you're just attaching one mat, and this piece goes on the front right here. Just mat it between those stitches, that stitch die cut, and all the way around. This other piece goes on that flap right there. Same thing. And we're almost done, you guys. So thank you for hanging in there with me through the little outages here. And then we have these two pieces of designer series paper, which, you know, you can almost use any designer series paper because all of this coordinates with each other. Okay, so we're going to put that one on the front. Nothing fancy on this one, unless you wanted to put something there. This piece, before you put this piece on, actually, I probably should have did it on this mat too, but it still works the same way. On this piece right here, like I said, if you want to do it on the white one before you put it down, you can do the same thing. But I'm going to put adhesive all along the back because I'm going to take a small strip of the soft succulent ribbon. Yours will be measured to probably about 3 inches, I think. We're going to put a little strip along the top, like half, like that. Okay, so go ahead and put that down. I think it looks fine either way, honestly. Mine wrapped around the mat itself, but this little piece is so minor because it's going to get covered up by these other pieces, so I wouldn't worry too much about that if you think you did, you know, if you've messed it up or something. Okay, so on this piece, we're going to stamp again in Evening Evergreen. We're going to stamp on this little scalloped oval. Hello there. I already stamped that one before, so we're going to, there we go. We'll stamp hello there. And of course I pressed too hard again. I really should just clean my stamps before I stamp every single time. Now this piece, we're going to put a dimensional on the back. And then we're going to stick that piece right there. Okay? Now this piece right here comes from, let me show you. It comes from doing this die. So I did a whole one of these on a piece of the gold shimmer vellum, and so I had big pieces, and I just literally simply snipped a couple of pieces. Like one of the sides, I just snipped it in half because quite honestly, it doesn't matter if it's perfect or not because you're not going to see those kind of odd pieces that look like they've been cut. And I'm going to use a couple of glue dots. We'll put one over here too. And we're going to kind of create a little background right here. We just want some of that gold to shine underneath this ribbon. Same here. Let's put some glue dots. If you want to trim it, you know, trim it down a little bit, you certainly can. Like this one's going to have to be. Let me trim off that piece. Just take your paper snips and trim it off, whatever you don't need. Now I need to get another glue dot on that part. And then just do this number. And I'm going to end up having to put another glue dot back behind there. We're almost done. We're almost done. The first of the month videos do generally take a little bit longer just because I'm showing 4 cards and I normally don't show 4 cards, okay? So we have that, and then we're going to get our soft succulent ribbon again. Make another bow. Don't you love all of these coordinating colors? I know I do. I'm not happy with that one piece right there, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, and then just trim your tails a little bit. Let's get some glue dots. We'll get 1 glue dot. And we're gonna stick it right in the center. On this card, we're not using any kind of gems or anything like that, but you certainly could if you wanted to. Okay, and there is your card. So this is the one that I did, and this is the one that I just demoed. I'm gonna fix that bow a little bit. On all the cards that I got little ink spots on, those will be my samples, and then next week when I go to give away a set of the cards, I'll make sure I give my better samples away. So let's bring all of these back. And I'm gonna have to do another picture later with I'm gonna leave that out, with the November host code. So tomorrow you'll be able to go to my website and take a look at all of the updated information with the update. And if you want to place, yeah, I knew it was going to happen. If you want to place an order of at least $25 or more in order to get this free kit in the mail, you can do so starting tomorrow. The free item, I haven't decided yet. It's either going to be gems or it's going to be one of the ribbons. I haven't quite decided. So, but thank you all for joining me this Sunday afternoon. Like I said, it happens. I know it's happened on here before, and I don't know what to do about those. So, oh well. But I enjoy my Sunday afternoons with you guys. So y'all take care, be safe tonight, and enjoy the beautiful weather. So you all have a great evening. Bye.